Hey everybody, today we have the Sennheiser Momentum. It's a relatively new headphone from the headphone company Sennheiser, famous for a lot of the upper end, high end headphones like the 650, the HD 600, and the HD 800, all fine headphones in their own right. Today, this one is more of a general consumer brand. They kind of made some efforts to make it a little bit more stylish, a little less audiophile in style, but closed back headphone, also a departure from more of their audiophile design. So this one is a closed back, so sound leakage is a little bit less. Oh, actually quite a bit less, I would say, than the 650 or even the 800, which are open back, and some bleeds out freely. This is something you can listen to on an airplane or in public transit. It has a little more of a refined look in that regard as well. This one is actually brown. There's also a black and red. I believe they even came out with some additional colors, but this particular one was the first color that came out, and it is brown. The casing is brown, as you can see there on the left. The headphone itself does have a removable cable, which is very nice. The removable cable lets you swap it out. The one on the picture here is just a plain cord. There's nothing on it. The other one does have controls for your iPod or other devices as well. So there is your kind of on-the-go travel controls wire that lets you swap in and out. Also, this one without, pretty nice, like they give you that option. If there is one qualm I have is the wire is a bit light for an audiophile headphone. I think it's mostly your consumer grade kind of feel to it. It's not overly thin. There's no real problem with it. I didn't notice any auditory problems whatsoever. I'll just say that much, but it isn't generally as cosmetically thick as some of the other cables that the audiophile headphones carry. So there is that, but really, like I said, nothing in terms of long-term drawbacks at all with the wire. It seemed completely fine. As far as the stuff that comes with it, you can see this has a wonderful case. It's very nice. It's pretty small and compact for a headphone. It's not overly big. It will fit in a suitcase nicely, and it does have a separate compartment to store the other wires and a couple other things in. So that's very cool. Great casing, great packaging with this product as well. They really went the full 9 on that. As far as sound is concerned with this product, I actually really enjoyed it. I know I say that a lot, but this one, I think it runs around $300, and for $300, you do get a pretty good sound for a closed back headphone. It is closed back, so it won't necessarily have the openness of the HD 650, 600, but it does have a good even-keeled sound, which is really kind of a hard thing to do with headphones in general, especially when they come to close back. So I personally, from my experience, felt like this was a very flat response, which is really good, but still had a great bass response when it needed to be there. It wasn't inflated at any point, and it was definitely not shy on the bass either. But it definitely grabs from a nice low spot if it's in the music. So that is the biggest plus from an auditory standpoint. You will see fidelity upgrades as you go to headphones like the 650 and the 600 and the 800, obviously. They do have a better fidelity than this does. So overall, it's not on par with those, but then again, they cost almost twice as much, some of those, to obviously the 800 is more like 4 to 5 times as much. So that being said, expectation-wise, 300, it's right on par. But the frequency response is right where it needs to be. Very fun headphone to listen to. Very balanced. Not too much grip on the highs. Sometimes the closebacks get a little too biting up there, and definitely no inflation in the bass. Very natural sounding, especially for, like I said before, a closed back. I think surprising to me, one of the best features of this headphone is the comfort. Now, this may not be the same for everyone. Let me just state that too. But for this particular headphone, it was probably one of the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. I really enjoyed the comfort. Everyone's ears are different, and I've heard from a lot of guys too that not every headphone fits everyone the same, and not everyone's comfort is the same for a headphone. But for my ears, the way my head is designed, these headphones are it. It's like the pinnacle for a closed back headphone as far as comfort's concerned. Something's really right with these. Something works really well with my ear shape, my head shape, and these headphones. Clamping pressure, perfect. The pads aren't overly sweaty, which is very nice. They just feel really nice on the head, simple and plain. So just something to think about. Not obviously the most important quality. I think that sound should always be the most important quality, but one that you definitely can't overlook, because if they hurt your head or they aren't to your liking comfort-wise, they're not going to work for you. So definitely an important factor when you think about it like that. So let me know if you guys have any questions. You can leave them in the comments section. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll talk to you next time.